Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The author, rahimahullah, gives us another chapter. Now, these two chapters are actually quite important because in these two chapters, the author discusses the fact that the Kaaba won't be around forever. And when you see it, there's a couple of things that you should then be alarmed of. One, is this because people have become so wretched and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry with them? There'll be no Kaaba left. And number two, if that is happening, how close are you then to the hour? في من يهدم البيت من هو? The house will be destroyed, and who is the one that's going to destroy it? Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, يخرب الكعبة ذو سويقتين من الحبشة. His name is ذو سويقتين, and he will come from Habasha. In another narration, this is on the authority of Ali, كأني أنظر إلى رجل من حبش. Now Ali is narrating this, but this is حكم مرفوع from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. أسلع أسمع حمش الساقين جالس عليها وهو يهدمها. Bold, dumb, deaf, skinny legs, and he will destroy the Kaaba and he will sit on top of it. In another narration now from Abdullah ibn Amr, and he says كأني به أسيلع أفيدع قائما عليها يهدمها بمسحاته. Similar narration here. فلما هدمها ابن Zubayr. So now here, okay, that's one thing. This man, ذو سويقتين, will destroy. Now we need a history lesson for some of the narrations that are going to come here. The next few lessons. The next few narrations are talking about what happened between Abdullah ibn Zubayr and Yazid ibn Muawiyah. Abdullah ibn Zubayr did not want to give bay'ah to Yazid ibn Muawiyah, and this is upon the alim to do that. If the alim feels that he doesn't want to give bay'ah, then he's not compelled to give bay'ah. It's not khuruj, and a lot of people misunderstand it. Added to the fact that he's a companion, added to the fact that he can make his own ijtihad. So Abdullah ibn Zubayr did not give bay'ah to Yazid. Yazid then sends Hajjaj ibn Yusuf Thaqafi. Now Abdullah ibn Zubayr is here in the haram. He can't drive him out because he can't come in here to attack him, and he can't drive him out because he's in the haram. So Hajjaj is waiting for Abdullah ibn Zubayr to leave, and he's not leaving. He's got everything he needs. He's got the protection of Allah, and he's got the provisions of Allah. So Hajjaj, what he does is he starts catapulting this house. This is the point. The Messenger of Allah ﷺ has given us a time that this will no longer exist. This house will no longer exist. The hour will be close. It's one of the minor signs of the Day of Judgment. But also we can now see the fitna in the Muslim Ummah. He then started catapulting the Kaaba, and the Kaaba then got destroyed. Abdullah ibn Zubayr then said, okay, the Kaaba is now destroyed. Let's rebuild it with the foundations of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So Abdullah ibn Amr is narrating this hadith, and then after he narrated this hadith, فَلَمَّا هَدَمَهَا ابن زبير جَعَلْتُ أَنظُرْ إِلَى صِفَةِ ابن عمر فَلَمْ أَرَاهَا. So now he's basically saying here that when Abdullah ibn Zubayr destroyed the Kaaba, they now actually began to become worried. Salman narrates here, لَيُحْرِقُنَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ عَلَى يَدِ رَجُلٍ مِنْ آلِ الزُّبَيْرِ. This house will be destroyed, one of the towns will be destroyed, will happen. This is a prophecy from the hands of somebody from the house of Zubayr. Then we have another narration actually from Mujahid. He said that when the house was destroyed by Abdullah ibn Zubayr, they ran off to Mina and they stayed there for 3 days. Now Mina is still within the Haram, so Hajjaj couldn't follow him. But he said, خرجنا إلى منى ثلاثا ننتظر الأعذاب. We've corrupted this house, we've broken this house, destroyed this house. We didn't give it as the veneration that it deserved. So after we destroyed it, we left to Mina because we thought there was going to be punishment upon us. A'udhu billah. Then we have a number of narrations here from the Tabi'un. Now here, these narrations are actually narrated to us because of the fact that happened. The companions are not necessarily there. So this is now taken from the Tabi'un. Inshallah, hopefully this is something which is established. Mujahid said that when the Kaaba was destroyed, we found a sakhra, meaning a parchment. Upon it was written, Ana Allah dhu Bakka. I am Allah, the owner of Bakka. Suktuhu yawm suktu shams wal qamar. I established this place the day I established the sun and the moon. Hafaftuhu bi sab'ati amlak hunafa. Surrounding it, I have made 7 angels who are hunafa. In another narration, hunafa. Laysu yahudan wala nasara. They are not Jews and they are not Christians. They are hunafa. In another narration, going back to the narration of Mujahid, باركت لأهله في السمن والسمين. I have blessed its people in their fat, in their provisions, in the nutrition, etc. لا يزول حتى يزول أخشبان. This place will remain as long as the two mountains will remain. Then we have another similar narration which has been narrated to us from Amir, that they found this near the Maqam Ibrahim. Now we have the chapter after this, Man kariha hadmuhu, those who dislike the destroying of the Kaaba. Now here, when it comes to the ahkam is one thing, and when it comes to the fada'il, if you like, or the maw'idah is another thing. If the Muslim Ummah are not respecting this house and they allow it to be destroyed in this way, that's one thing. But if there is a maslahah for them to repair the Kaaba, rebuild the Kaaba, there's no harm in that at all. Because the Messenger of Allah ﷺ even said to Aisha, I would have done so. So that shows now the permissibility of maintaining the house in this way. So here, man kariha hadmuhu, meaning those who disliked the destroying of the Kaaba for the fact of not upholding its rights, but also doing it out of play, meaning I want to make it in the way that I want to make it. And this is actually what happened between the different umara. Some of them said, I'm going to destroy it and I'm going to rebuild it in the way that I want to rebuild it. Until Imam Malik, rahimahullah, said, nobody's allowed to do it. And then there was like an ijma that was set from that time that it has to be left in the way that it is. So here, man kariha hadmuhu, we have a narration here from Abdullah ibn Amr, إذا رأيتم قريشا قد هدموا البيت. If you see the Quraysh doing this now, playing with the Kaaba in this way, ثم بنوا فزوقوا فإن استطعت أن تموت فمت. If you see them playing around the Kaaba this way, not respecting it in the way that it needs to be respected, if you are able to die at that time, then die. Fitna. This Kaaba will remain as long as this Muslim Ummah venerates it. When there is a weakness in our iman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow certain things to occur which we don't want to see, as he's saying here in this narration. Another narration from Abdullah ibn Amr, he says, كيف أنتم إذا هدمتم هذا البيت? What are you going to do when you destroy this house? He's saying it to the Muslim Ummah. فلم تدع حجرا على حجر. We will not leave a stone unturned. So they said, we are the people of Islam. So he said, نحن على الإسلام, we are the people of Islam. So they said, what's going to happen then? So he said, ثم يبني أحسن من كان وإذا رأيت مكة ورأيت البناء يلأ رؤوس الجبال فاعلم أن الأمر قد أذلك. He's basically then saying that when you see the surrounding area becoming developed, then realize that the hour or what we are saying is close. Also, Umar, he says, تمتعوا من هذا البيت قبل أن يرفع. Enjoy this house, he's saying, before it is lifted. فإنه سيرفع ويهدم مرتين ويرفع في الثالثة. It's going to be destroyed twice, and the third time it's destroyed, it won't come back. Then we have another narration this is from the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم and the authority of Aisha. لو كان عندنا ساعة. So this is the narration that we were talking about before. If we were able to rebuild the Kaaba upon the foundations of Ibrahim, making a rectangular shape with two doors, one to enter, one to exit. This is the foundation of Ibrahim. وإذ يرفع قواعد إبراهيم من البيت وإسماعيل ربنا تقبل منا. Then we would have been able to do so, but the Messenger of Allah ﷺ chose not to do it because of a maslahah. So here, that what we learn from that narration here is that if there is a maslahah, this is not from the disrespect of the house, rather it's the person venerating the house. However, this is what we were saying before, there are ibrah that we need to take care of and pay attention to, and there are ahkam in these two chapters. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He makes us of those who venerate this house, and He doesn't make us of those who don't venerate this house. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes us before the fitna occurs. Allahu a'lam.